And as the unemployment rate continues to increase due to the coronavirus pandemic, it's prompting more Americans to be mindful of budgeting in order to overcome the financial impacts of COVID-19. Here to discuss this more is a senior financial analyst for MoneyRates.com, Richard Barrington. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning.
First, I want to get your reaction to the latest weekly unemployment report, where over 3.8 million Americans filed for initial unemployment claims last week. But that's actually a decrease of around 600,000 from the previous week. So have we reached the peak of unemployment claims during this crisis?
Well, we've heard a lot about flattening the curve lately, and the curve of new unemployment claims has not only flattened, it started to head downward. But let's understand what that means. We still have people losing jobs in massive numbers, just not as much as at the beginning of April. So we'll know the economy is getting better when we have more people gaining jobs and losing jobs, and we're a long way from there right now.
One of the pieces of advice you give is to take advantage of the extended filing deadline to file taxes by waiting to file taxes owed in a money market account or other interest earning vehicle. Can you explain this concept further?
Yes, as you say, in light of the hardships caused by the coronavirus, the IRS has extended the filing deadline for this year from April 15th to July 15th. And there are two ways to play this, depending on whether you expect to owe money or if you expect to have a refund. If you expect to owe money, even if you have your return all ready to go right now, why not take advantage of the extended deadline and hold on to that money for a couple extra months? Every dollar counts, and so this could allow you to earn a couple extra months extra interest. Obviously, don't do anything crazy with the money in the meantime, because you're going to have to pay your taxes by July 15th. But keeping it safely earning interest in a savings or money market account lets you get a little more use out of that money before you turn it over to the IRS. On the other side of the coin, if you're expecting a refund, even though the deadline's been extended to July 15th, you should go ahead and file your return as soon as possible. The sooner you file, the sooner you'll get that money in your hand. And in particular, waiting for the deadline rush can really delay how long it takes to process your return.
One of the financial setbacks Americans are suffering due to the coronavirus is that falling interest rates means earning less income on their savings. This is especially a hardship for people who need every dollar they earn these days, going from paycheck to paycheck. What should they do in this case?
Yeah, the idea is to see how you can earn more interest without increasing your risk. For most consumers, there are probably two things they can do. First of all, if you're with a large national bank, one of the big household names with branches everywhere, chances are you're getting a below average interest rate. The biggest banks tend to pay the worst interest rates. At the end of every calendar quarter at Money Rates, we do a study where we look at a cross-section of the banking industry and we look at the savings account rates that they offer. And one thing that I've consistently found is that big banks offer the lowest rates. And in the latest study, I calculated that over 2/3 of U.S. deposits are with banks that offer less than 1/10 of 1% on savings accounts. So one thing you can do if you want a better rate is to avoid the really big banks. The other thing you can do is to consider an online savings account. I mean, face it, a lot of people are doing more business than ever online these days because of health concerns. Well, if you bank online, it's not only a good safety move, but also it can be a moneymaker for you, because online banks tend to pay more interest than traditional brick and mortar based branch-based banks. Our latest study found that the average online savings account paid more than 16 times the interest rate of a traditional branch-based account.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.